Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 143, Eyes of Doom. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and irascible Dungeon Master, Michael Corley, and with me tonight is Riley. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I'm playing Athora Greyfield, a tiefling fighter.
Indeed, and also with us tonight is Dare. Dare, tell us who you will be playing.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Dare, and I am playing Tix Birchmanson, the formerly cleric of Garl Glittergold, and now the paladin of Garl Glittergold.
Absolutely. When we last left our players, Tix, Athora, and Morezi had teleported to safety using a cloak of undeath to the lair of Gorluin, the necromancer. She was going to send them back, but she is afraid that using her necromancy as she has might literally kill them, as it has twice. Both Morezi and Riley, and Athora, they've been able to revive them, but it's very risky. She believes that if you can recover a glove that is an artifact of Bane, she will be able to directly open a portal, not using necromancy, which will allow you to get back quickly and safely to Zental Keep. However, the problem is that Zental Keep was destroyed after an encounter with Pimder, the priestess of Tamora. She had told you a little bit about what's going on. You have followed Katra, your companion cat, Athora, who has led you to where the glove may be, but only as you made your way into a opening in the former rich part of town. As you made your way deeper and deeper into this kind of cavernous lair, rising out from below is one of the most terrifying creatures in all of the land. Every adventurer, no matter how new, has heard something about the terror of the Beholder. This enormous round sphere with lumpy brow and a hideous eye, jagged teeth, and writhing tentacles, each with its own eyeball, comes floating up towards y'all. And I would like you to roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
Tix, what did you get?
I got a 2.
2 for Tix. And Athora?
14.
14. What is your dexterity bonus?
Plus 5.
So you actually will go first, or before the baddie. I also need to make a roll. So you are slightly higher up than the Beholder. It is rising up out of the darkness, Athora. By the way, this is entirely up to you, Tix. Have you activated the light that is coming off of your armor? Did you go down into the darkness? I will leave it entirely up to you.
I had not yet, no, because it was still daylight, and we were not down in the cavern yet, or in the underground.
Okay, you are definitely in a middling space. You are not at a disadvantage at the moment, but I just wanted to ask. So, Athora, yes, you do have the high ground, as a certain Jedi did once say, as it is rising up. What would you like to do?
I will go hit it with my sword because I don't know what to do with it because I don't really know what this is. Yay! Other than it's powerful and scary.
Okay.
22 to hit.
22 to hit. All right. You come slashing down with your sword at this Beholder, and it looks up at you. Its eyes fix upon you, and the middle eye begins to glow. You strike, and the beholder disappears.
What? Okay.
And not like there's a sound. It is just one moment it's there, and no moment it's not. You give me just a quick reflex save. little reflex save there.
Okay. Well, that's a 12.
12. Okay. You fall down. Not that you injure yourself, but you are preparing yourself to fight an aberration of terrible power that is capable of killing, hundreds of people. And you were like, I gotta go hard or go home. And you just like strike right through. There is no resistance when you hit, and you literally clatter to the ground. You almost lose grip on your new longsword, but you do not. The beholder is gone.
Tix does a quick scan of the area and casts detect evil.
So I have said before that the way invisibility works in D&D, you are invisible. It's not like you're just sort of invisible. Nothing. However, there are signs that you can see. And also, if you say detect evil, it will tell you where something evil is. And you, just as clear as day, can tell that there is something evil about 30 feet from you in a corner. You cannot lock on it like precisely, but you know that there is something evil there.
And so I indicate to Athora where whatever it is over in the corner. Are we still in combat?
Let's go ahead and stay in combat for the moment. So that will... so I would like you, Tix, to make your least favorite roll a willpower saving. Just kidding. It is a willpower saving.
Okay. I can do that.
I would like you to make a willpower roll.
That is a 19 plus. So that's a 29.
29. Okay. You have never had this spell used against you before, but you have cast it yourself. For a moment, your vision goes dark. And then you pull in the power of Garl Glittergold and push back against the spell, and your eyes clear immediately. Someone just tried to blind you.
Okay.
Actually, at this moment, Felzik leaps out of your backpack and begins charging towards the corner where it sees you moving and goes, charge! And is running at, and it is holding a stick, which you realize is one of your crossbow bolts with the head bitten off. And it is running at the corner and rolls a 10. So just swings in the general direction, but doesn't hit anything. However, something else happens at this moment. You hear the most terrifying screech you have ever heard. Oh, D&D is so funny. That would have been an amazing moment. But the invisibility helps a little bit. Katra comes leaping towards that area, and the screech that comes out of Katra is not normal cat, shall we say. It is unearthly. This and it swipes, and you actually see like some of the stone behind like spark as it swings, but whatever it's swinging about, it just barely misses. I love how D&D will ruin dramatic moments. It's so funny. And that will now bring it to initiative 2 to Tix.
All right. So Tix is going to move over to the area and intercede between Felzik and whatever is there and cast Protection from Evil, which raises his armor class to a 23. Is going to use I guess that's it for this round.
Okay. And you cast that on yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. And that will bring it to you, Athora. You can see the general area that Catra was attacking, but you cannot see whatever is in the corner at the moment.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
And it's in a corner? Like, in
roughly. There is, it's not like there's no escape, but like you can see the general area that Catra was in. And in that moment, you actually, just for a second, you see through Catra's eyes. And it's disorienting because, it's a cat. But you see very clearly the outline of a humanoid, shorter than you, but taller than Tix. And you clearly see that outline there. And whatever spell it is using to conceal itself is not working on Catra. And you can see it.
Okay. I'm going to go grapple it. If I know where it is,
Okay.
I'm going to grab him however I can.
Okay. And I appreciate that. You will have a -1 because you're using vision from a cat that's over in the corner, and you're trying to triangulate that. However, you may do so with your normal bonuses -1.
So that is a 19.
19. Whatever is in the corner is raising its hand, and there you can hear a voice coming as if a spell is being cast. And then just as you tackle into this figure, what kind of a grapple are you going for?
I want to hold him down on the ground and, just keep him there. Try and...
Okay.
So he can't run or wiggle away or get up easily.
Gotcha. So the advantage of being on the ground is that they are now on the ground. The disadvantage is you are also on the ground. However, you are successful and you... Boom! They slam into the ground. And finally, whatever spell they had been casting fades. Either from them casting or from you attacking. You don't know which. The image is revealed and the person is revealed. It is an elderly peddler woman.
Really?
Really.
The elderly peddler woman?
100%. Like right down the same outfit, the same peddler's pack, everything. Now, Athora, I would like you to make a spot check, and this is at disadvantage because this is really hard. The information you might glean is extremely unlikely. So I'm not just being mean. It's just it's really hard. So, but go ahead and make that at disadvantage and let me know what you get.
Okay. 16 for the disadvantage.
16. Gotcha. Which is really good for disadvantage. You kind of get the sense that something funny is going on here and you don't know what, but you're not sure what. But you do have this figure restrained in your beefy arms as you slam them to the ground. And I will say that you are now out of combat for the moment. And the old peddler woman says, "Let me go! Let me go!"
And so Tix will saunter up while Athora is holding her down and unsling Destiny Seeker and slowly slide it just below her chin and let the weight of Destiny Seeker touch her throat and goes, "It has been a long time. What a wonderful reunion this is that you've brought for us. I have so looked forward to seeing you again."
She looks up at you and goes, "Oh, hello, traveler."
"Yes."
"I see you have passed my test of bravery."
"I see you have not passed my test of being corrupt."
Well, crap!
Yes. So, I think if you would like to avoid hostilities and do not want to become a meal for my blade, I would suggest you remain very still.
I would like you to make a willpower saving throw.
Oh, I can do that. That is a 22.
22. This specific thing has not happened before. But when you said, become a meal of my sword, of my axe, I always forget that it's an axe because, of course, it used to be an enchanted sword. Destiny Seeker literally tries to rise up and bite into the neck of this old woman. This has never happened before. And you, however, resist. And you actually see like a bead of blood break out on her neck. And the blood immediately sucks into Destiny Seeker.
I immediately put Destiny Seeker away and chastise him mentally.
Okay. And the image of the drow woman appears before you. And she says, I would like to apologize. That was the old me.
We will discuss it later, and don't do it again. And so Tix will reach down and use a bandage to bandage the woman's neck and show that he has put Destiny Seeker away, and says, I'm sure we can avoid any unpleasantness that might lead to harm.
Absolutely. I am certain we can come to an arrangement. Perhaps I could offer you one of my wares.
Strangely enough, I still have the rope that you gave me those many years ago, and it has served me well, surprisingly. But I do not want one of your wares. I am looking for a glove from the demon Bane. Have you come across that?
I have not come across it. However, I was here, well, I would not say to find it, but to...
Scavenge.
Yes. I am a peddler woman, and that is how I find my wares, is by finding strange and unusual places. And this was the perfect opportunity. And I had heard of things like that, that were underneath the stronghold of Wraithal, the mayor, which is where we are now. And I have no doubt that what you are looking for is here.
And you do realize that there are townspeople that are nearby in need, and that all looting has been forbidden by the authorities, right?
I must have accidentally wandered by them, so I did not have a chance to interact with these no doubt wonderful people.
I am sure. Well, I will make it worth your time to guide us to what you have found so far, so that we can return it to the good townspeople. I will give you a platinum for your time, and to make sure that you are going to be fairly compensated for what we are going to be taking back to the townspeople.
It is so very kind of you, and I will, of course, assist you. I am an old woman and very poor of means. Might I ask for 2 platinum pieces?
You can ask all you want, but that's not going to happen.
Yes, I kind of thought that. Anyway, yes, I will be happy to show you. It's a very fortunate thing that you had me. I as it was years ago, I had a companion who was a bit of a rogue, and the area underneath Wraithal was said to be filled with deadly traps, and I have already encountered and avoided several, and I would be happy to help you do so.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure you will. At this, I turn to Thora. Let's let her up, and let's keep our new companion well protected, shall we? And so he latches Destiny Seeker again and stands next to her and motions for Thora to keep her sword out, ready to strike, and say, "Please, what is your name?"
Well, I haven't used my name in so long. It's been such a long time since someone has asked me.
Too many wanted posters?
You see the eyes shift. And you like maybe you got just a little closer to the mark than they would have liked. But you can call me Granny Fee.
Granny Fee. Phee?
Phee, yes.
My name, and I doubt you remember, is Tix Berchmanson, and I am a paladin of Garl Glittergold. And I take my responsibilities very seriously. Let us head down into this lower room and find out what we can retrieve for the good people, shall we?
Let us do. Would you like me to create some light?
No, I'll have you save your spells. And so he touches the gem on his armor and lights it up.
Okay. And immediately your armor begins to... Actually, the gold piece that is set in your breastplate, not plate, but you know what I mean, breast area, begins to glow and gives off a glow that gives off for about 20 feet in every direction. And you start to make your way down. I'm going to make a little roll here. Ooh, 18. And not too far in, she stops. And she points to the ground. And you can see an area. And like I said, this is all partially destroyed. But this would still be a problem. There's an area on the ground that is a really devilishly simple trap. All it basically does is triggers and would cause you to trip forward. As you trip forward, spikes would come straight up from the ground and impale you. And the spikes are not currently triggered. She shows you how it works, and it's a little easier to see because the way it worked was you would open a door, and as you open the door, the tripwire would come up, trip you, and then you would fall onto the spikes. But the door is partially destroyed, so it's a little bit easier to see here, but it is still an absolute danger. So you definitely would want to avoid it. And I would need both of you just to make a very simple roll at advantage and add any dexterity bonus that you have.
All right. First roll is a 3, second roll is a 19.
Nice. And Athora?
First roll was an 11. The second one was a 22.
Gotcha. It would even if you had failed, I still would have given you a chance to avoid this because you literally can see the trap. However, there is no other way to go forward, so you do have to step around it. And after y'all do, she takes she has like an old woman's walking staff, and she just pokes it, and it comes up, and you notice that the spikes have a lot of dried blood on them. And y'all make your way further forward.
All right.
I need both of you to make a reflex saving throw.
Oh boy.
Again, huh? That's an 11 for Tix.
11?
17.
Okay. 17. And Fee actually rolls a 6. She's actually sprier than she looks. Everyone except Athora is struck by darts that come flying out of the wall, very much in Indiana Jones type fashion. So, Tix, you will take 3 points of damage from that, and I need you to make a Fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude, that is a 18.
18. So you successfully save versus the poison you feel going through your body. Fee does not. She immediately stumbles, and you see like blackness begin to sprout from the dart that's coming out of her neck as she is poisoned. And she begins to howl and go, "Oh, surely I will die!" Athora, you literally just dodge it, like just straight up. Just move out of the way, and these darts go past you.
Well, I'm sure such a good adventurer as you would have some antidotes on you. Where are they, so I can administer them to you?
She says, "In my pack there is a red bottle. The red bottle does have a aid in this particular case. If you could pull it out for me."
I will allow you to reach into your own pack and pull it out, just to show you the trust that we have.
She gives you a dirty look. And like everything about her, that old graininess just drops for a second, and it's just a dirty look. Just like, screw you, buddy. Kind of look. And she opens the pack, and you think maybe you see her do something to the pack, and then she reaches in and pulls out the red. She does pull out a red potion, which she uncorks with one finger and downs. She seems to be feeling better. It's almost like she was waiting to see if you would heal her. But y'all continue to make your way further and further down. It is obviously your armor is lighting the way, but it is completely dark in here. But ahead, you can both hear a sound. There's a sound like a... and then you hear a scream. And then you hear it again.
A scream, huh?
And a scream. Yeah, and it is a man's voice just screaming in utter torment.
Athora, do you want to take the lead?
Sure. Why not?
Or do you want me to take the lead?
You watch the
Do you want to watch over our new... Okay.
She's a bit more crafty, and you can watch her better, I feel like. Eyes lower to the ground and all that.
Yeah.
I would like you to give me a spot check, Athora.
Oh boy. 14.
14. Okay. The door ahead, you grasp hold of the handle, and as you do, small needles just shoot out from the handle. A blinding cold begins to radiate up your arm. And you do take 2 points of damage from the needles piercing your skin. But as the cold radiates upward, you literally see like hoarfrost just begin to cover your arm and upwards. It stops and then begins to push back down, and the doorknob shatters into 1,000 pieces of frozen metal, and you take no more damage.
Fun.
And the door opens, and inside is a circular chamber, mostly intact. The rest of these are just much more badly damaged. This chamber is more or less intact. It is damaged, but mostly intact. It is a large round chamber. There is a circle, a definitely magical circle. You don't need a roll to tell that. And in the center is a wooden chair. And sitting in the chair is a corpse. And on that corpse is a glove. And then the energy starts. And suddenly the corpse is animated. It comes to life. And not just undead, like comes to life. And screams in torment. and you both recognize that this is Wraithal. This is the mayor of Zental Keep. Y'all didn't talk about it too much, but Distant Bells and Morezi, of course, Morezi is there with you, the very silent partner that y'all have right now, actually retrieved fireworks for Osokai's funeral. And as part of that, they actually went and infiltrated Wraithal's keep. And you didn't get like the full story because it was just kind of like a little thing that they did, but you do know that it involved something to do with an underground chamber. That's all you really know. But you don't know what's going on here. And he is just screaming in torment, and the glove is glowing and vibrating. Then he dies. And he once again becomes a corpse. And about 30 seconds later, he comes back to life and begins to scream.
Well, that seems like a pretty steep punishment. I guess we'll need to take that glove off of him when he's dead. So after he dies again, I am going to run up and try and slide that glove off of him real fast.
Okay. Oh, Thora, you okay with this?
Maybe don't touch it with your skin. Like maybe use a cloth and pull it off. Like,
Well, I've got my gloves on, so it's no hand to skin contact.
do you have something to put the glove in after we grab it?
Yes, we can put it in my backpack.
All right. I don't see. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's a shame Penton's not here to help us.
He would be really good at this sort of thing, but that's how these things go. So, are you just going to try to literally slip it off his hand?
When he's dead, yeah, I'm going to try and slip it off of him.
Okay. So this is literally just a check. It's just to see how quickly and how skillfully you do it. I will definitely allow you to add, if you have any athletics or acrobatics, you can add that. Otherwise, it's just a straight roll.
Oh, maybe I should leave this to the more dexterous.
You could certainly let Athora do it, or you could let Granny Fee do it.
Oh, I'd be worried that she would bait and switch it, being the con artist that she is. Athora, how do you feel about taking a chance to remove it?
I can try.
It is what better suited for you. That is absolutely true.
Yeah. So I just use dexterity, or what do I do?
Yeah, I would just make an attack roll and add your dexterity bonus.
Okay. 17.
17 will do it. You slip the glove off of Wraithal, and he remains a corpse. He does not animate or become undead or anything. He is just dead. Wraithal was working with others to try to completely revive the god Bane. By the way, Bane is the one who is made a deal with a certain blacksmith back in Kalimfor. Also, the Death Knight who tried to kill all of you underneath just recently, where you got the cloak from, was also a Death Knight of Bane. Just an FYI. As you snatch up this glove, it begins to glow. And I would like you, Athora, to make a saving throw.
Oh boy. Saving.
And
oh, sorry.
This is a willpower saving throw.
Will. Okay. 11?
11 will not do it. You suddenly have the irresistible urge to put this glove on your hand. You feel this burning sensation as it comes closer to your hands. I will allow you, Tix, to do something if you would like.
Yes, I'm going to use my inspiration to have her re-roll.
Oh, very good. As we have established, you can use your inspiration for another role other than yours, even a villain's. So you do have one. Both of you have one inspiration, so you can use that. And so I would like you to re-roll, Thora.
And then I will also give her a guidance, which is a +1 to all saving throws and rolls. Cast guidance on her.
Okay.
16.
16 will do it. So Tix, you actually, these things aren't just like ethereal, like I'm going to give her my inspiration. It's like you're doing something. So tell me what you do in order to help keep her from putting this glove on.
So Tix runs over and places his hand on her shoulder and prays, her shoulder, her bicep, because he's short, and prays to Garl Glittergold and uses his other hand to continually pull against the force, keeping her from trying to put the glove on. Prays to Garl Glittergold for a blessing on her to save her from this fate.
If she had put the glove on, it would have been really bad. As in, maybe you two fighting each other bad. So that was very well done. What are you going to do with the glove now?
I'm going to have her drop it in one of the side pockets on my backpack.
Okay.
Have Felzik get out and put the glove in one of the side pockets and strap it shut so that it is kept safe.
Okay.
And tie it shut.
Your backpack is God-touched. It was literally given to you by Garl Glittergold, not metaphorically, literally given to you by the gods. That it is not like, just going to take care of everything, but you can absolutely tell that it helps just kind of dampen the effect of this glove. This glove, the sigil of Bane is a gloved fist, and this is a magical artifact of Bane. And so it helps to put it in a Garl Glittergold infused backpack, even if it's on the side pocket. In that moment, the air begins to swirl around you, and in that circle that you are both standing in, you see the transparent image appear of Bane. And as I told Morezi before, imagine Aladdin when Jafar becomes a genie. That's what you see as he bursts up above you, and he goes, "You will pay for this."
Tix goes, No, I won't.
Athora, would you like to say anything?
What are you gonna do?
The truth is that both of you, at this moment, you kind of know that he can't really do anything. He is technically dead. Unfortunately for gods, that sometimes means different things. As a god of the Faerun, being dead is more inconvenient than permanent. But he can't really do anything at the moment, to be perfectly honest. When Distant Bells came here, he was actively about to be resurrected by sacrificing the two people that Distant Bells brought with him. But Distant Bells stopped that. And you didn't put on the glove, and he cannot physically affect both of you, and he smiles. And the smile of an evil god is not a small thing. And he goes, "Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop." And he is gone.
And so we have to get back to Kalimvor and protect young child. Figure out how to break that curse.
I would like you to make a spot check.
That is a 21.
21. Fee goes for it. Fee tries to grab the glove out of your pack, but she rolls 14. She fails.
Okay. Tix will swing away with Destiny Seeker.
Okay. Roll to attack.
And that is a 25.
25. That will hit.
Okay. That is a measly 6 points damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. She stumbles back. Athora, you can actually act next.
Do I not get my second attack?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you do have a second attack. I apologize.
All right. Second attack. That is a 22. That is 5 points of damage. And so he will actually go into the Axe Frenzy and use his third attack for the day. And that is a 19.
Okay. And Destiny Seeker, as you strike, Destiny Seeker says, "Let me make it up to you." And you feel energy rising up from Destiny Seeker. If you wish, you can also use cause wounds with the strike.
Oh, okay. Yes. I will go ahead and do that.
Okay.
With prejudice.
With prejudice. So roll your damage and then also roll damage from cause wounds.
That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus 8. 21 points of damage.
Okay. As you strike, and then you catch in the middle. And you see the cause wounds, just that necromantic damage begins to grow out of her stomach. And she collapses to the ground. And she changes. She loses her form. And she becomes someone else. She becomes someone that you recognize, Tix. Do you remember all those years ago when you fought the Fomorans, the giants, when you were at sunrise and sunset? There was a dwarf who was working with the Fomorans.
There was a dwarf working with the Fomorans.
His name was Pix. And he was an illusionist. This is Pix. And he falls to the ground dying. And he says, "I should have never teamed up with Cackle." And he dies. And you have defeated him.
Wow.
And by the way, you notice that a not insignificant amount of his blood just ups into Destiny Seeker as you strike. You did your final blow. And he is dead.
He is dead. Well, that's going back a ways.
Yes. That peddler was Pix, running a con. And when you, Tix, when Cackle, the half-orc, tried to steal the drow children from you and Osokai all those years ago, he had an assistant who was making it seem like there were a bunch of people on the ridge when there weren't. That was Pix.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's reaching back quite a ways.
Yep. And there may have been a couple of other moments when y'all have run into him in disguise, but those don't really matter. What matters is that he came here hoping to scavenge, and it did not go well for him.
Well, I will give him last rites, and I will check him for any looted objects as well.
He has a peddler's backpack, but I would like you to make a spot check before opening it.
Yes, because I know there is a trick to opening it.
You did see that. You absolutely saw that. So
my spot check is +7, so that takes me to a 26.
Okay. It's actually pretty simple. There is a clasp that, if it is not turned correctly, will release what you think is a gas. It is magical though. This isn't like just like he's got like a little canister in there. There's something magical that will trigger if this clasp isn't opened properly. You think you know how to open it properly. It's not super complicated, but it was definitely, if you just opened the pack like you were trying to rob him, you would have gotten a very unpleasant surprise.
Right. So I go ahead and unlatch it properly and look inside to make sure everything is there to give to Pimdar, and check his pockets for any other valuables to give to them.
You do find 50 gold. A lot of it, in silver and such, but you do find 50 gold. You do find a bunch of stuff. Most of it is garbage, because, that was kind of his thing, was to sell people things that seemed real. But a couple of items, you don't know. You don't have the ability to identify them right now, but there seems to be a ring. There seems to be a belt that are interesting looking.
And so now I will continue searching the basement room.
Okay.
And see if there's any other valuables I can take back to Pimdar and the survivors.
So I would like you to make a spot check here real quick, but it's just to kind of get the idea. And as you're doing that, Athora, you're kind of thinking back, and because you're still trying to understand this connection that you have with Catra. And what you understand is Catra actually saw Pix the dwarf, not Granny Fee, the peddler woman. So Catra actually saw through this illusion. But as it was kind of like, almost like that, predator vision, like seeing through, you couldn't quite make sense of it, but you're starting to understand that you have a pretty strong connection to this cat that is not normal. And Catra says, meow. But what is that roll, Tix?
That was a natural 20 with a +7. So
Beautiful.
27.
So I told you that the reason that they came here was to get fireworks, because they wanted to send off Osokai, because he had mentioned offhandedly that that's the way he'd want to go. There are stores down here. This was a secret underground chamber where basically people would be sent to be sacrificed to Bane, to die in various death traps. However, there are stores. There are months of dried rations down here. And I am awarding you your inspiration back for thinking to look for that, because that is literally one of the functions of this place. Was Wraithal had lots and lots of stores, he had kept for himself. And it will take the people time, but there is absolutely there's more than you can carry down here.
Right.
But you certainly can take some back and let them know where it is. And definitely let them know there's probably a lot of traps down here.
Mark the doors where he finds them, and mark the clear path. Ask Athora if she sees anything else, and then we should head back to Gorluin.
You make your way back to Pimdar. She is unbelievably grateful. She was trying to keep a brave face, but things were not looking well. And the getting aid from the rest of the kingdom was going to be very slow. There was no doubt that they would have received aid, but it would have, whether or not it would have been enough would be a question. So that is incredibly helpful. You make your way back to Gorluin. She is very careful, especially after you describing with the gauntlet. But this is the gauntlet actually is made from metal from Faerun, so it is extra planar. And with some working, it takes her about a day that y'all are staying here, but she is able to craft and open a portal that will take you back to Kalimvor and take you back to a family who's made a deal with Bane. And that's where we'll end Chafing Armor, episode 143. Thank you both for playing.
Thank you for not killing us.
I did not know whether you were going to kill him or not. That was really interesting. He deserved it. I mean, he went for it. And
I wasn't planning on it, but he tended to be rather naughty.
Yeah, he was a jerk. And if he had gotten that glove around his hand, things would have gone very differently. So, I can't blame you. It certainly was well within your rights to do so, but it was interesting. So please keep in mind that y'all found a ring and a belt that you might want to show to Penton. Also,
well, I was actually gonna leave everything that was. I was gonna leave the spoils for Pimdar if Athora doesn't want them.
No, I'm good.
Because the people will need whatever they can to recover, and that's what I feel he's trying to counterbalance the influence of the Dark Paladin and Destiny Seeker.
Yeah, that's a discussion you can have with Destiny Seeker another time.
Right.
That is the first time that has ever happened. But we will get to more of that as y'all make your way back to Kalimvor. Thank you both for playing.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
And thank you to our wonderful, wonderful listeners out there. We've had lots of interesting young lady on Twitter who goes by Robot Recall, which I believe is a reference to MST3K, which I very much approve of. But she was just blasting her way through our older ones and was like, oh, what's going to happen to Osokai? And I was like, I can't tell you what's going to happen to Osokai. But it's wonderful to when we if you want to reach out to us directly, you can go to Chafing Armor on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and find us on there. You can also see all of the cool stuff that Dare and Riley are doing. Give them your information, Dare.
You can find me at Dare Imagine on most platforms, mostly Instagram and Twitter right now.
And Riley?
You can find me at One Princess Beast on Instagram and Tumblr, both with the same username, and it's the number 1.
Until next time, we will roll with you soon.